The booth of good vibes is the most free, incredible experience because I'm a person who, as you can see, I like to talk and I'm not shy. But when it comes to like, you know, doing like things where like she's got a huge wreck, for instance, and she's got to like hug her son and suffocate him. Like, okay, so like hug your son now and suffocate him in the top. You're like, oh. And you're trying to figure out how to say that. It's like your voice is the physicality, and it was really, really freeing. You know, like you get to like be way over the top. And generally, as an actor who's done a lot of dramatic film, like you know, the key is to listen. Less is more. You know, it's not about being over the top, about indicating, about being muggy. Even in a sitcom, you don't want to be like you know the bump person. You know. Or like, you know, where the people like, especially they laugh at their own jokes. Like you're like in a sitcom and the writer's like, you know, like that really wasn't that funny. But this was really cool for me because I got to be physical. I got to understand what it's like to have a son because I have 2 daughters and I'm too old. I'm not going to have a son. And for me, the only hard part was having to improvise about penis jokes. My husband will say a few here and there. He's an Italian man, but I didn't. My brothers were all younger, and I just never knew like all those jokes. And so to have like the whole teenage son reality, my daughters are younger. They haven't even reached puberty yet, so it was kind of fun to deal with, you know, a pubescent boy who's like, you know. So it was nice though, because like, you know, she's a mom who hung up a party hat. She was a conservative. Now she's not a conservative, but she's like a good working mom, just trying to make ends meet for her kid.
I have a question.
You do?
I do.
Right.
It's actually a straightforward question. Have you ever had a job that you could twist the way Babs twists her jobs?
Oh, honey, I've had plenty of jobs like that. Oh, yes. I have been a professional makeup artist and hairdresser. I have done sales. I mean, I've done everything from like, also, I mean, I've cut people's hair, like, for instance, Andy Warhol. And we had a very surreal experience where he would take me into his office, he would sit on the edge of the toilet, and I would put a cape around him. And he had that thing on top, but that was not his hair, that was like a partial wig. So I'd be like cutting it and like, you know, trying to make the, you know, and he'd be asking me questions about my life, and I said, I'll tell you what, I'll give you a free haircut if you give me some artwork. I'll do a couple free haircuts. I never got the artwork he passed. But it was like, you know, I was pulling on the hair. I had so many different jobs. I had a mom who had me at 15 and I was on my own at 15. And, but I've always been like very blue collar in the sense that like I wanted a job, I wanted to make money, and I'm not the type that likes to sit around. So like, you know, trust me, I've had a few jobs where I've gotten twisted and quit. One time I was a waitress. I was working down where the Apple store was over here on 5th Avenue. There used to be a restaurant inside and right next to Vidal Sassoon's. And all these Europeans would come and they wouldn't tip me, and they were really rude because Europeans don't tip. It's not here. They don't have to. They don't do that in Europe. And I would be like, you know, working my butt off, bringing what they want. This one lady was so mean to me, like so evil, that finally I was like, you know what? I threw the sandwich, a tuna fish sandwich on her lap. I'm like, you know what? I'm done. I just can't waitress anymore. I'm out. You know, so like, you know, you do what you gotta do to survive. You finally figure out what that job is that you enjoy. I mean, to this day, I'm still discovering new things that I want to do and thinking like, maybe I'll leave Hollywood, maybe I'll do this, maybe I'll do that. Like, life is precious and you gotta like just keep on moving forward. Don't get stuck. And I think Babs, that's probably one of the few things I have in common with her, aside from just being a parent, is that like, you know, I'll do what I gotta do to make ends meet, and I'm like, you know, kind of like I mean, I'm a New Yorker, but I don't have to live here. I can live anywhere in the world, you know. I'm from here, but I'm not like, hey, Vinny! That's not my scene, you know what I mean? I'm just, I act those kind of characters here and there, but like I'm a person of the world.
Right.
Is that what really drew you to the character of Babs? Because she was a great character from the pilot.
No, I like working. It was a paycheck.
Right on.
I'll be straight up. I mean, like, there was an audition. It seemed really cool. As an actress, being a parent, one of the greatest things is to go into a situation like this when you do go into the box, because you can record it from here, from wherever you're living, Italy, Texas, wherever you happen to be. You know, they phone it in. I was lucky enough to be in LA, so I got to have the experience of working and getting the character kicked off and meeting all these guys and learning how to do it, because I'm new at this. But wait, what was the question again?
Just what drew you to the character?
Oh yeah, no. Being able to, go in and do a performance and be in and out, it's a great way to make money. In success, you could be anywhere and there's residuals and you can roll out of bed and not wear makeup and, and it's not about getting dressed up. You just go to work,
So you're interested in doing more voiceover work? You're interested in doing more?
Oh yes, I've always been interested. As a matter of fact, I was always going, I need the number to something, 411. Hi, can I have the number to, whatever? And they're like, wait a minute, are you Debi Mazar by any chance, an actress? It has happened to me so many times. And I thought, why don't I have a brilliant voiceover career? I'm a recognizable voice.
You get recognized by your voice, huh?
A lot. But I never worked in the voiceover world. So all of a sudden, I just started. I booked this, and I booked the Dr. Pepper commercial where I'm playing Diet Dr. Pepper. I'm the Tooth Fairy.
Were you in a
and I really am the Tooth Fairy. Don't tell my kids, but as I'm doing this commercial, my kids' teeth are falling out, so I'm always having to stick money in the pillow.
Were you in a video game with voiceover work?
Yes, I'm the original voice of Grand Theft Auto.
And you talking about
all
getting
these people who are conservatives yelled at me. I'm like, listen, man, it was considered art. I never someone said here's a couple G's. Go into a box. And I'm talking there's $1,000 or something at the time. You don't get any residuals from it.
That was my next question.
No.
So now
that should be crazy.
So going forward, you're gonna learn better to get those back ends on video games.
Well, I actually haven't been asked to do it again because I think after that happened, people got hip to it, and then everything changed. They were kind of ahead of the game, and then, I think they were a little bit shady actually. I think I did one more season, but to me, it's somebody else's art. Did I let my voice do it? Yes, so what? People are, but they kill grandmothers and stuff. I'm like, well, I didn't write it. It's a voice, it's a job, and I have to pay my bills. So fuck you. Sorry. You want to pay my bills? Yeah.
It's a story.
I'm not a prostitute. And even if and I don't even judge prostitutes. That's people got to do what they got to do.
So how often do you do voice work with the actors where you all together? And how does
I think I maybe was in a session once where I was with somebody. I was by myself all the time. But we had the table reads where we were all together, so you kind of got a gist of what people were going to sound like, what it might go like. But for the most part, I would arrive in a room, at my availability and their necessity, and I was with me and 5 guys, and one female assistant to taking pictures for the animators, because when we do this, we're very animated, so they want to see how our bodies moved and how we walked, or I talk with my hands a lot, so they want to maybe have Babs talk with her hands, and just to kind of give it a little bit more character, just to help them out.
Okay.
So do you like having input on your characters, or do you like to come in and read?
No. I'm just a puppet. I'm a hired employee. I come in. I would be actually embarrassed. Some of the things they write make me blush, and
You blush, really?
I blush. Yeah. I'm not a conservative by any means, but I'm somebody who, I feel responsible to kids. I do a lot of work with teens and runaways and kids with problems, and I just sort of, so when I read some of this stuff, I get a little bit oh God, just because it's way over the top, and it's a whole sexual thing, but it's also about a 15-year-old boy coming of age and him discovering his sexuality and his penis, and and Woody seeing Babs' breast. It's great.
Any of your kids watching?
No.
It's pretty odd. It's pretty odd that you use the term puppet, because Kevin Conroy used that same phrase when he described his role in the Batman game. Is that how?
Oh, really?
Is that how voice actors generally feel, or?
No, I just feel that when I take on a job, if I accept a job, if it's a character in a movie, I might have a discussion of how to play a scene. But when I take a job, I read the script. Now, unless the script changes significantly, I just feel that I am lucky to have the job, number one. A million other people could have the job, and then I'm only a tool to tell a story. Well, you know what? I used to come home every month because I took care of my grandmother. And I would come home every month, and then she passed. So now I come back here because of work, but I'm going to be on the Macy's Day Float as a pilgrim, by the way, which my husband is horrified about. He's like, the pilgrims kill the Indians? I'm like, listen, it's PR for my cooking show, Extra Virgin.
So, wait. Back up. Why are you on a float?
Because I have a cooking show called Extra Virgin on the Cooking Channel, premiering October 19th at 10:30. That's part of the Scripps, like the Food Network's cooler, hipper, new cooking channel. And I'm promoting the show, so I have to be a pilgrim and wear like a bonnet. I'm gonna make her a little bit S&M or something.
And what are you cooking?
I'm cooking Tuscan food. Me and my husband. My husband's Italian, and we cook incredible Italian food. And it's sort of like Green Acres meets I Love Lucy and a cooking show all combined.
Oh,
so
okay.
there's skits and stuff like that involved.
I mean, like I'm just improvising, so like sometimes it's funny, sometimes it's not.
That's like a whole
no budget. I do the best I can. I'm milking cows in Tuscany, and
Did you go that route because of just that's where everyone's going?
No. I've been a blogger for 7 years, and I have a
and you vlog?
Yeah, it's called UnderTheTuscanGun.com. Yeah.
Okay. So you've been doing it.
So I've been doing it for 7 years, and that's how I got a cooking show on television because it became so popular with foodies.